Audio and video on demand. Stay connected. 830WCCO.com.
Dave's on the ice. Yeah, Tim, I'm on the ice here at the St. Paul Curling Club, and we are not going to have you come out here, by the way, just out of being good people, because of that fractured leg might make a difference. But I'm standing here with
Scott Belovich, manager.
Scott was with us earlier this morning, and Scott, also we have Lauren with us.
Yes, that's correct. Lauren has been curling with us for quite some time and does a lot of instruction for novice curlers.
Okay, now I came out of the lobby. I stepped in here. It's cool in here. How cold is it?
About 40 degrees.
Not quite as bad as a meat locker, but it's a little bit like that. And then I'm looking at your rocks or your stones, the things we push. They all have names on them.
Yes, we got new stones last year, and when we got the handles put on the stones, we did a fundraiser, and people sponsored them.
And these stones, tell me about the history of stones. How long had it been since you had replaced a stone or a rock?
About 75 years.
So once you buy, you're pretty locked up.
Yeah, we just spent $80,000 replacing 128 rocks.
Holy smokes. And they're made of?
Solid granite.
And where's the granite come from, do you know?
Scotland, Ellis Craig Island.
Wow, okay. And we got some guys in kilts here, by the way. Do you know who they are? Or they just stroll in here and we don't want to ask?
Yeah, you often see that in a curling club. I don't really know who they are, to be honest with you.
Okay, enough questions. Lauren, come over here for a second now. Are you going to be our instructor for everybody today?
Verbally, yes. Down here on the ice, yeah, sometimes down here too.
What's your history with curling?
I learned about 1962, and then I didn't play for about 8 years or so, and then I came down here in 75 and joined this club, and I've been here ever since.
All right, well, let's give us the basics now, Scott and Lauren. What's going on here?
Well, I'm going to just deliver a stone down the ice, and since we're not on TV, it's going to be kind of hard to imagine, but you can hear it anyway, I guess.
No, well, we'll describe. Trust me, if you screwed up, we'll describe it.
Okay, that's right. Lauren's going to probably help you out with a little bit of information while I do it.
All right, Scotty's going to do it. Lynch, come over to this side. Now, Michael's being a knucklehead, Lauren, and he's standing right in the middle. No, get out of the rink. Get over here by Lauren and I.
Now, if you notice, he's going to have the rock in front of him, and his left foot is going to be behind the rock, and his right foot is going to be behind that. So it's all one line as he goes.
What kind of shoes is he wearing?
Well, you saw those Teflon on the bottom there on the left foot. That allows him to slide with a good push, he can slide down the other end.
But no one's sweeping for him. Don't you need sweepers down there?
Well, you got me on this phone. I can't get at it.
Well, you're welcome to walk down there. Doc, go down and sweep for him. This ought to be trouble.
See, that's a perfect rock. The sweepers would have brought that right in.
Okay, but now that rock stops short of there's a target area. You got to get the red, the white, and the blue.
But if you try to put it all the way yourself without the sweepers, then you're going to have problems.
But when we watch this, on the Olympics, for example, and we see the sweepers, oftentimes you think, what in the world? They're not really doing anything, but obviously they do make an enormous difference.
What they're doing, two things. You'll hear the captain screaming and yelling, sweep, don't sweep, sweep, don't sweep. It's either a matter of line or getting the distance on it. So there's two things. You got to keep it straight or whatever. So.
Well, Lynch just pushed the rock, and it would have hit the glass if Scott hadn't stopped it. Yeah. All right. So let's go down there and you guys sweep. I want to see this again. Scott, you got to also at the curling club. You put your feet. It's like a track start, like you're starting out of a track meet. Tell me about that.
It's called a hack. And you definitely have to start from that position with a foot in the hack. You use the hack to push off and glide along the ice, releasing the stone before the near hog line. and then it travels down the ice, and hopefully it gets in the house for a point.
All right, Inkster, go down there and sweep. You can't. You're doing no good up here. You got to go sweep right now. So they're going to try to sweep while you push the rock. Now, you had a great throw, Lauren said, but you really need the sweepers to extend it, huh?
Sweepers would have got it into the house to score with. And if anybody's out there interested, you can Google curling, and you'll find out all kinds of information with rules and little video clips and et cetera on how the game is played.
All right, go ahead. You go ahead and push. You call it pushing the rock?
Delivering or throwing?
Delivering or throwing the rock. He's down on his knees. He bends down, and then he kind of lines it up. And as he slides along, he lets it go about, 15 to 30 feet out on this ice. And now what happens is these guys are sweeping in front of the rock. Inkster and Mike I don't know what they're trying to do, but Lauren is down there. He's going to try guide it into the mark. And what I can't get over, Scott, is that the sweepers actually do a lot of work.
The sweepers do a ton of work. Hey, I got that one in the forefoot. That was a good shot.
And he curved it looked like, a little bit, huh?
Broke about 3 feet.
How did he do that?
With the rotation of the rock. That's why it's called curling.
There's the name right there. 7:18, we're at the Curling Club, Josie, and we're going to be broadcasting live all morning long.
One of those that I really missed the most playing is being a part of the curling. It's an unbelievable social event. My dad was a great curler and taught me at a young age. We curled at the Hibbing Curling Club until Chisholm built one sometime early in my high school career, and I've really done it all of my early part of my life, but I haven't done it for 40 years, so I hope it's like falling off a bike because I can get back on. It'll be interesting.
You haven't, at all your committee meetings that you go to, you haven't proposed this as a Big Ten sport yet, huh?
Not yet, but it is a great event, and congratulations to you, WCCO, and all the things that you're doing. It's going to a great cause here at the University of Minnesota as well.
Yeah, it sure is, to the Schultz Diabetes Institute. So what's the strategy? I mean, I've never done it. Don's never done it. What do we need to know, Joel?
Well, the game is kind of like shuffleboard in some ways. You have the stones, and there are 8 of them on each team. Each the individuals get to throw 2 of them, and the ones closest to the middle of the target end up getting counted as the end is over, so to speak. But you don't want to put one right there in the middle to begin with. You kind of want to put one in the front of the house, as we call it, and maneuver and put guards so that you protect the lead rock, and that's kind of the strategy. So your skip is really important. Whoever's leading this thing is really key.
I told Scott Belvich, the manager out here, when I first saw all these brooms out here, I thought my wife was here and we're doing the garage this weekend. The broom, tell me about handling that thing.
Well, it's changed. When I did play this game, they had the old brooms that you and I are accustomed to seeing, the ones that you sweep with. But they've changed to be a little bit more efficient. So this will be a new experience for me as well.
Well, shoes too, Don. You can't wear. I don't care. You got tennis shoes on too. You can't wear those out there.
No, somebody was telling me this morning. I was talking. It might have been Ryan Stowe in the weight room that he says if you you put the thing on your shoe that you can slide and you can forget that it's on there. Next thing you know, you're going to be on your rear end. So
yeah, you got a slider.
You got the slider. Look out! So I've already been warned about the slider.
That was really encouraging to hear. We'll find out what happens in a little while. We're going to start curling in about an hour or less here out at the St. Paul Curling Club.
The WCCO homepage, 830WCCO.com.